In the previous section, we have imported the data and then we have created a data frame, and it was done automatically. Now in this section, we are going to see how we can create a data frame using a dictionary. Suppose we have a temporary dictionary with keys roll number, name, age, and gender. And then each key has three values. So roll number has F101, F102, F103, and likewise. Now let's first print this dictionary. So as you can see, we have this dictionary. Now if we have to create a data frame out of it, we have to simply say pd.dataframe, where pd is alias for this pandas, right? So what we are doing here is we are actually calling this function data frame and passing it this temporary dictionary as a variable, as an argument, and the result df1 is a data frame. So let's print it to see how it looks like. So as you can see, this is a data frame consisting of tables and rows with 3 records and 4 columns. Now in this example, we have first created a dictionary in a variable temporary dictionary, and then we have assigned it. If you want, you could directly copy paste this entire thing and then put it here. But for the sake of understanding and to make it easier to read, I have kept them separate. So this is the variable which we are passing here. Now as you can see, this is a table, right? So um, the number of values within each key has to be same, because ultimately it's going to be a tabular structure. So for example, if you are going to remove this value here, making roll number with just two values, right? So if this column has just two values, then it cannot be a complete table. In that case, we will get an error if we are trying to create a data frame out of such a dictionary. So let me run the code. So as you can see, it's giving an error, arrays must be of same length, which is pretty obvious also, right? Because if we are creating a structure, a table, then we need to have the same number of values. Okay, so let me just undo this. Okay, so with that, we have seen how we can create a data frame out of a dictionary. Next, as you can see, there is some default serial number assigned here, 0, 1, and 2. Suppose if you want to change it and you want to assign a specific index, then you can always set it. So I will say, for example, tf1 was our data frame. So let's say tf1.index, and then we can set the index as we want. So for example, we will just assign it id 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So as this time the data frame is not using the default 0, 1, 2 numbers, but the actual identifiers that we have provided as the index. Apart from this, there's one more way to create a dictionary. Rather than using a dictionary, one more way to create a data frame. Rather than using a dictionary like last time, we can also use tuples. For example, a tuple with 3 value with marks in say cat examination, then another tuple with semester A marks, and another tuple with semester B marks. And the name of these columns we have defined in by value columns. So if we have 3 tuples here, we will define 3 values here, which so each value here becomes header for this particular tuple. Okay, so let me run it to show you. So what we are doing, we have this particular argument passed to data frame, and then we will create a new data frame df student. So let me print it. So as you can see, 3 columns cat same a same b have been created with values 99.99 under cat and all others. And as you can see, we have already set the index this time using the index. So this will allow us to predefine an index rather than using 0, 1, 2. Okay. Also, if we want to append a new data, for example, last time we have seen in df1 we had 3 values, 3 records, Arav, Ishita, and Anya. Suppose we want to add one more record, then we can simply use the append function. So what we will do is we will create a new record student with name Vihan, age 26, gender M, and roll number FN04. and then we are just going to add it to df1. So let me print df1. So as you can see, we have got these values. And now because the index is not yet assigned here, it is still showing 0. If we want, we can again use the set index and then assign the id 4. So with that, we have seen how we can create a data frame using a dictionary, or say like this, by uh, providing tuples and then providing columns and indexes separately. Also, we have seen how we can append a record to existing data frame. Now in next section, we will see how we can export data into a file.